And we're back. Again, Al Abramson, Vice President, Strategic Engagement for the National Armaments Consortium, where we collaborate, innovate, and dominate. Today, we're back for another series of discussions with some thought leaders that have been attending and participating in our first and our inaugural Advanced Weapons Technology Summit, currently here in Huntsville, Alabama. This summit has been awesome. We've had over 700 registrants. We're going to have 60 government briefed requirements at the tune of about $4.5 billion worth of opportunities within the government, working within the government. Again, we're back with another thought leader in this enterprise. His name is Dr. Chris Wilhelm. He's the NEST program manager down in Indian Head, Maryland. And Dr. Wilhelm, first, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure, sir.
Thank you very much. And so NEST program manager, Naval Energetics
Systems and Technology.
Systems and Technology, which is a part of the consortium, part of the NAC, but really initially focusing on Navy requirements, but really because of the way that you guys are structured, I think a lot of the folks in the enterprise are coming to you. Is that a true statement?
Yes, sir.
And so you all were originated maybe 3 years ago now, I believe?
Now 3 years ago, yes.
And the uptick in terms of your requirements are continuing to have a significant growth pattern. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're here in Huntsville at the inaugural Advanced Weapons Technology Summit. What are your initial thoughts about the summit itself after day two? This is day 1 3/4, so after day two.
So I think it's great. I think collaboration across the energetic OTAs is very important to get those technologies out to the warfighter as rapidly as possible.
Yeah, very good.
I think, you know, depending on the situation, you might be saturated. How do we work together to push SONs from one OTA to another OTA, ensuring that the customers still get their, you know, what they need, their timelines, et cetera. And I think we need to do that more. I think we need to do that better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've heard a couple of briefs, some briefs yesterday, some briefs today. We just finished listening to General Rash.
Yes.
And don't want to tee it off on him, but were there any one or two messages that you've heard throughout yesterday and today that really resonated with you in terms of moving forward with providing a capability to the warfighter?
So I think Mr. Johnson, who happens to be my technical director, I think his presentation was very spot on with not only, you know, having domestic sources, not only having domestic manufacturing, but also that government industry collaboration in moving forward. I think that is how we can be responsive to the warfighter.
Very good. So with these collaboration events and government and industry collaborating together, and at the end of the day, we're always focused on providing a capability to the warfighter at the end of the day. So all of that said, is there anything that kind of keeps you up at night that might be a challenge that we all need to watch out for as we move forward in this new paradigm of collaborating together but getting capability out to the warfighter?
So I think, and I actually think the NAC is excellently positioned for this. I think what keeps me up at night is that far creep into the OTA, you know, legal statutes and legislation and authorities. I think if we don't protect the intent of the OTA legal statutes, which is to collaborate between government and industry, we will see that far creep come in, and that flexibility that's provided under the OTA authority goes away.
Goes away, absolutely goes away. So I think I know the answer to the question, but your thoughts on the power of collaboration, of bringing government together, bringing industry together, bringing academia together, and really, as you mentioned, Mr. Ashley said, don't just come and collaborate and over crumpets and teas, but your thoughts on the power of really coming together and collaborating.
So I think that there's a lot of publicly produced literature that talks to the benefits of working together. Knowledge transfer from academia to industry to government, and everybody does more R&D output in those collaborative situations. And I know we have a tendency to look at it like we have competition. Somebody who's in the same space as us, are we competitors? But I think what you find is when you're working together, everybody benefits. And
Yes.
that results in rapid fielding of state-of-the-art technologies and capabilities to the warfighter. And that's what we're all here for.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So that's about it. We're almost out of time. For those that are watching, thank you for joining us. Please go to the National Armaments Consortium website or join us on our LinkedIn events. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Until then, we look forward to collaboration, innovation, and domination. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, sir.